All right, this is Transparency and Merit. And, I've been on Twitter with my walk against the woke and, uh, and seeing some of these buffoons, schmucksteins on the left, they have angered me and pissed me off to a point where it's brought me back to my younger days when my old man taught me to like in a fight, don't even think of fairness or decency. You can grab a man by the testicles, rip them off, and smash them in the face with him. And I'm at that point to a degree, like these leftists enrage me, and they're so violent and vile. I think of I think of that anything bad to them would be well deserved. I'm kind of like an animal that way. I see things and they bring out an animalistic nature in me that's really primitive
Primitive
and vile.
and
Go ahead.
vile.
Go ahead.
I'll give you an example of where that's playing out right now. That that scenario is playing out in Hawaii, where they are literally hosing off the fires within. Uh, but I don't know if you've followed any of that chaos, but it's such a scam. It's such a hustle, and um, I think partially what's happened here is that Hawaii has become so woke that they have opened themselves up to this sort of event occurring, and none of it smells as if the way it's portrayed in the media. None of that has the ring of truth to it at all. It's all just another put up, and I feel like that the people there are just too woke to even see it.
You know what, Joey? And my thing is, if I were a non woke person and I was suffering under woke policies, the woke people who made me suffer. Now, I'm not suffering because of any of these policies. I'm just saying my culture. They're spitting on my culture. Uh, they're not only spitting on it. They're full on wiping their butts with culture. And it's one thing to criticize legitimately, but man, the way they're doing it, I feel they're just smearing their poo all around, and it just makes me really angry. And I want them to taste the same thing that I'm tasting now. I want them to feel all of the things, I want them to get a taste of their own medicine and then some. And that's human nature to want to do that because you're inflicting pain. And if you can dish it out, you sure as hell better be able to take it. And you better be sure as hell that you're doing it for the right reasons. And I don't think they are. Anyway, do you have any comment on that, Joe?
Yeah, I do. I think you should take a deeper look at what's going on in Hawaii, and you'll see that that is playing out exactly as you're saying it, and it's disturbing both sides. Both sides are disturbing in this case because there is the war mentality, and there's a whole lot of. I mean, I'm sure you heard the sirens didn't go off. They have like 80 sirens up and down the Maui coastline, and they weren't set off. They're supposed to go off in an emergency, according to the state standards, and that includes fires. And they're doing some CYA press releases, but this is this didn't happen by mistake. There's no way.
Well, Joey, I've been a media junkie, a movie fan, like a movie junkie and a media junkie for years, and I know how movies BS and I know how legacy media BSs. And I'll go further into that, but why it angers me, the arrogance, the egotism and the narcissistic behavior that has been exhibited, and the ignoring of it, and the flying monkeys who enable these individuals really anger me. And I want to give them a piece of my mind. I want to tell them the pain that they've inflicted in the human suffering that they've caused. And I want them to know that they're not noble people. They're really awful human beings. And I know that in the end it probably won't do any good, but there's a part of me that, like, it's like a pimple that I just want to pop. And it's coming to a head. The boil's coming up, and I just want to get my two long thumbnails and just squeeze as hard as I can till the pus comes out. And that's a natural reaction. It's festering, and I'm just like I'm boiling mad. And I do, I battle on Twitter with these numbskulls, these arrogant, egocentric buffoons that I just want them to know how nasty and vile they are. And sometimes I win, other times not so much. But there are a few times when I've proven a few knuckleheads like how vile they are, and I've made one exit Twitter. Anyway, Joey, do you have anything to say before I call today?
As a pacifist, I'll just add that the truth takes no side. So truth is irreducible. So you may win some, they may win some, but the truth may lie somewhere in between. That's it.
Truth means nothing. Well, I I believe that truth means nothing without power. If you don't have power, you will suffer from those who do. Um, so I believe in striving to gain power, only if it is protection.
Sovereignty is the only power you need.
Perhaps. Anyway, we're gonna do a lot of different types of shows, and I have a lot of topics in my head. I've been a little bit lazy, but I want to get this thing started off, and I think I'm gonna. I said I was gonna do a show, like at least for 30 days, and I didn't stick to that. So I think I might do the days that I'm off, maybe 2 to 3 shows, just to increase it. Anyway, Joey, is there anything to add before we go?
I'll add one more comment. If if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. I want you to think about that comment, and I hope we could do a whole. I think we could do a whole show on it. But if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. And that's it for this episode of Transparency and Merit.
If I have the power to torture, I have the power to make a slave. Any comment on that, Joey?
Not yet.
All right. All right. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Thank you for listening.